Today I'm going to tell you how you can entertain like a boss. I work on Barbecue Life. A great barbecue doesn't cost a fortune. One of the most common questions we get asked here at Barbecue Life is how to cook barbecue for a lot of people, especially if you're doing things like a traditional barbecue where you've got things like your sausages and your burgers and your chicken all going on at the same time. Well, in this video I want to show you how you can make things so much easier on yourself and really wow your guests. So the first thing we need to do is we need to plan. So the first thing you need to plan for is how many guests you have got coming. Second thing you need to plan for is, do they have any allergies or serious dislikes that you are going to need to cater for. Some people don't like pork, some people don't like beef, some people don't like lamb. You need to make sure that you are only catering for what the majority of people can eat, and if you have got someone that can't eat something, you need to make sure that you've got something replacement for them. So generally, if I've got somebody that can't eat lamb, I'll make sure the lamb is just not on the menu on that day. Other things you need to consider is how much equipment you've got available to you. So you may only have one barbecue, you may have two. We've got a fair bit of kit in the shack now. So we've got the Weber Master Touch, we've got the Kamado Bono behind me, we've also got the Ninja and the Gasser and the pizza oven and the Weber Go Anywhere. So I've got a fair bit available. But if I'm cooking for a variety of people, we've got a fair amount of people here, I still tend to only use two. We use the Weber and we use the Kamado. But if you've only got one, we can still make this work, making life easier on yourself. And the other most important thing when it comes down to planning is how much prep time you have got. The less prep time you have got to get things ready beforehand, the harder you're going to find things and the more you are going to put yourself on the spot. So next point is deciding what to eat. So this comes in from, if you've got any allergies or people that don't like things, then make sure you drop them out of the menu. But as I said at the beginning, a lot of people are asking about traditional barbecue and things like that, but we haven't just got to do traditional barbecue. I ran the Beat the Kebab Shop series where we done loads of different kebabs. I've done individual on every single one, but what you guys don't know is I cooked all of that in a single day. So I've got all my sides ready and I've got all my kebabs ready, so that everything was all cooked at the same time, and all we did was move stuff around on the grill so you couldn't tell on the videos. So all of that was cooked in one evening. So your chicken shish, your lamb shish and your kofta can all go on together, and then you can have your doner kebab. You can cook that beforehand. Make sure you've got that wrapped while you're cooking off your other bits on direct temperatures. And I'd already got my chili sauce and my garlic mayo and things made up earlier on in the day, which is why your prep time is so important. So that is an ideal thing to do. You can also do things like a curry night. So you can have 2 or 3 different curries going on in your barbecues and some other sides. You can prep a lot of that ahead, keep things warm. And if you did want to do a traditional barbecue, then this is how you do it. So the easiest way to do it is to break things down into courses. So what I really like to do is I like to have something low and slow cooked well before my guests get there. And then we wrap that up, stick it in a cooler, put it off to one side to let it rest. And I know that I've got a course completely ready, sitting out the way that no one even knows about before my guests have even come in the door. And that takes one massive lot of stress off of me. So ideal things to do for this, I always like to do pork belly burnt ends. So I've done these as standard barbecue ones. I've done them in a Chinese sauce. We've done pork ones, we've done beef ones. But they hold the temperature really well. Leave them in the sauce, double foil over the top, wrap them in a towel, put them in a cool box, and they will stay lovely and warm well into your evening. So you can serve these at course 2 or course 3, and you know that they are still going to be super duper hot. My first course is always exactly the same thing, and I try and tie it in so that as soon as my guests arrive, they are ready, and that is sausages. So what I do is I stole this idea from one of the guys over at the Meet and Greet Barbecue podcast. He came up with this idea, and I have completely and utterly stolen it from him and run with it. And what we do is we buy, depending on how many guests you've got, 3, 4, 5, 6 different types of sausages, but only buy a couple of each. So I have a Cumberland, a Lincolnshire, then I'll go off to sausage. And if you don't know who Sausage is, then you need to be Googling him. I'll make sure I leave a link to his website in the bottom, because his sausage flavours are absolutely amazing. So it's SOSIJ. I've used a couple of his sausages in some videos. We've used the Korean one and we've used the cheddar and jalapeno ones. They are just absolutely fantastic. But he's like a wizard when it comes to putting things in a sausage casing. So I tend to get a couple of them, get something spicy, get something sweet, things like pork and apple, caramelised onion. So we've got a few different things going on of each one. I make sure they're all cooked. I lay out a chopping board. I take every single type of sauce I've got and I pour it into a nice dish around the chopping board. I break out some either cocktail sticks or skewers, depending on what I've got available. And as soon as they're in the door, the sausages are straight off the grill, they're on the chopping board, they are cut into a little tiny bite-sized little piece, so that you can just skewer that single piece of sausage into a sauce of your choice and eat it. And it's a wicked little appetiser that everybody that I've done it for so far has absolutely loved. I tend to put the sauce bottle right next to whatever the dish is that's got the sauce in it, so that people can see exactly what there is. They can pick it up, they can have a read if they want to know more. So the Waz Hut sauces tend to be my go-to, because they're absolutely fantastic. But you can use any sauces you want, leave them bottles right next to it, and that is a fantastic experience for your guests. So while we're eating them sausages, we're adjusting the temperatures on our barbecue. So we started off with a low and slow before our guests were even here. We've now brought it up to a medium temperature for our sausages. Next course, let's do some chicken wings. So we can stick them on the Kamado, or if you've got two barbecues, you can have your Weber ready with your Vortex in there, or your charcoal baskets in the middle. It's really roaring hot temperatures, and then we get your chicken wings around the outside. They are going to take half an hour, 40 minutes to cook. So it's only going to take us 10 minutes to eat our sausages. But we've got our next course ready, our next course on, and the course after that ready. You are now spending time with your guests. You are not in a flat running from barbecue to barbecue, trying to move stuff around and not burn stuff and not spending any time with your guests. The ideal thing about this is you can spend time with your guests, you can have a beer, and you're completely stress free, which for me is the best part of entertaining. I used to do the same thing, stick everything on the grill all at the same time, get stressed out, I haven't got time to have a beer, then I'll want to drink a beer too quick, and then I get pissed, and then I'll burn in the food. Doing this, it's social, it's nice, everybody's around the barbecues. Sorry about all that noise then, the neighbours have just come home. So as I was saying, everybody's around your barbecues, it's all social and you've got things under control. Them chicken wings that you've got on, we can have different flavours going on them. There's a million different rubs out there from different companies. Rusty Barbecue Company, as everybody knows, is my go-to. Discount code in the description below, loads of different rubs. So we've got them chicken wings on, we've got time to have a chat with our guests. They've eaten some sausages, they're having a chat, they've not all got to eat all their food all in one go. At this point, you can break out your pork belly burnt ends, or your ribs, or your pulled pork, or whatever it is that you've decided to do low and slow, or you can leave the gap to do the chicken wings. That's generally what I do. So we've got our chicken wings cooking, a 40-minute gap, people then get a nice chicken wings, 2 or 3 each, they get to eat again. When we finish that, we can then break out the pork belly burnt ends on the skewers again, straight out that tray, straight out in the sauce, a couple of them. So people are just getting little bits, little and often. Then burgers. So everybody loves a burger. It is a staple of the traditional British barbecue. But why do we just do a beef burger with a slice of plastic cheese on there? Or if we really push the boat out, we get some cheese melts and put them on the top. You can make this experience so much better. The one thing I do like to do is we do build your own burger. So I cook all of the burgers, but earlier on I've prepped loads of gherkins, different types of cheeses, onions, salads, all sorts of different things that you would top your burger with. So we've got relishes and anything you can think of. I've got all of that prepped beforehand. So we get these burgers off, whack them on a plate. We've got our buns there and people build their own burger. So everybody's burger is all completely different, but it's to their taste. Something else you can do is you can take inspiration from my burgers around the world and other burgers that we've got on the channel. So a good one to do is my pork and balsamic apple burger with the blue cheese. If you don't like blue cheese, it works well with cheddar as well. They're nice and simple to do. You can get your apple sliced off earlier on, get your blue cheese or your other cheese sliced up earlier on, all in pots, ready to go. And then give someone a burger that is a little bit special. You can do the same with your Oklahoma smash burgers. The Korean street burger, if you really want to push things further forwards, you can do something like the fajita burger or the curry burger. There are a few more elements to that, but with the curry burger you can have your vegetable curry cooked off earlier on, just keep him warm somewhere, and then all you've got to do is cook your beef burgers and your onion bhajis and top it off. But mix it up, make this important for your guests, but most importantly, prep things, cook things in courses and spend time with your guests. They've come round to see you as much as they have come round to see your food. Start off with your lower temperatures, work through to your higher temperatures. Prep and plan. This book, this barbecue book, is absolutely jam-packed full of recipes and prep for when we've got people coming round, as well as things for the channel. So just make sure that you plan everything. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Do not do something that is brand new unless you are really seasoned and you really think you can pull it off, or you've got guests that you know can laugh it off. I've done things before that is brand new and it has not gone down well, and I know that my guests will just laugh it off. If you've got quite serious people, or you're too serious yourself that you can't take a laugh at yourself, then do not go and cook something brand new. But spend time with your guests, eat in courses. Honestly, give this a go. Everybody we've done this for has absolutely loved it, and it gives you time to spend time with your guests, which to me is the most important thing to be doing when you've got people around. If you found this video interesting, then please do like it, leave me a comment underneath, let me know what you think. If you've got any ideas of what you would do as a course, then stick them in them comments underneath. I'm always looking to mix up my game, especially if I've got the same guests coming around that I've had before. I want to be cooking something different. If they had pork belly burnt ends last time, then they may get brisket burnt ends this time. They may get ribs, they may get pulled pork, little tiny sliders. If you chop your buns into 4, so they've just got little bite-sized pieces of a pork slider with a load of cheese and a bit of Alabama white sauce, and so I'm getting overexcited, then you're not filling them up too much, and you can spread your day out and have a wonderful time. So please do like the video, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers.